Cowboys Certified Correct Playbook.
Welcome back to the Delaney Certified Correct Playbook. Stephen Jones, you and your dad should be brought up on charges for the criminal offense that you're committing on the Dallas Cowboys. Here they go right here. Frisco Police, you can come on in. You can take these guys and take them down to the precinct, book them right now for this criminal offense of harboring circus clown football coaches. It's been going on for 11 years, starting with Jason Garrett, Scott Linehan, all these goddamn circus clowns they got down here in Dallas. This is nothing but an atrocity. I haven't seen a football coach on the Dallas Cowboys sideline since Bill Parcells left, okay? And ever since he left, you've had nothing but losers, nothing but circus clown, inept coaches that don't know what the hell they're doing, costing the Dallas Cowboys their history, costing the Dallas Cowboys their legacy, and making Tom Landry turn over in his grave. This is an atrocity. Not just a National Football League atrocity. This is a sports world atrocity. You add up all the sports, soccer, baseball, basketball, football. This is a sports world atrocity. You got Jerry Jones spending hundreds of millions of dollars on these players, and their growth is stunted. For 10 years, that's why Jason Witten doesn't have a Super Bowl. That's why Tony Romo doesn't have a Super Bowl. And that's why DeMarcus Ware had to go to the Denver Broncos to get his Super Bowl, because Jason Garrett and Kellen Moore, you're stunting their growth. So this is a disgrace to the fans and supporters of the Dallas Cowboys. This is an embarrassment once again. The Dallas Cowboy fans and supporters, they can't be seen on the street in their Dallas Cowboy jersey or hat. All the other teams, they get to walk. All the other fans of the other teams, they get to walk around proud, and they can put on their New England Patriot hat. You know what I'm saying? They can wear their Seattle Seahawks hat and their jersey, and they can walk around proud representing their team without being embarrassed and humiliated. The Cowboy fans always got to hide their hats in their back pocket. And I don't want to hear any of this crap about you're with us if we win or you're with us if we lose. You've been losing for 25 years, and the fans have been with you, okay? There's a cutoff point, okay? There's an expiration date, because you can turn it around. The owners of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, we can say you're with us if we win, us meaning the fans, and you're with us if we lose, okay? So we've been doing all the losing here, Mr. Jerry Jones and Mr. Stephen Jones, okay? And we've stood by you guys for 25 years, so I don't want to hear that excuse. Okay, it's time for the owners of the Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. It's time for you guys to say, hey, you know what? I'm with my fans. I'm going to get knowledgeable football coaches in here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get the Delaney Certified Correct Playbook in here. The couple of strides that we have made in the last 3 years, I'm going to go ahead and admit that the couple of good times that we did have was when we went ahead and listened to Delaney. We used this play calling. We know he can make a video and show the plays right when we started using them, how successful that those plays were. Okay, we can show how Delaney showed us how to start throwing the screen ball and how to start running the pump and go, okay, and how it was successful when we did what the Delaney Certified Correct Playbooks, when we did what he told us to do. But we're too idiotic, we're too mediocre to stay consistent, and we got too much pride. I'm Jerry Jones, I got too much pride. I know this Delaney guy is the key to my success. I know this Delaney guy has the history and the knowledge of the Dallas Cowboys. He has the history and knowledge of Tom Landry. Okay. Stephen Jones, you know what this is. You should step right in there, and you should tell your daddy, you know what? We know what this Delaney guy is about. We know what he brings to the table. We're both going to swallow our pride, and we're going to bring him in here. He could have saved our season last year, okay? Right around that Buffalo game, after that Buffalo loss last year, you guys are still in first place, still in position. Look at this mediocrity. Look at Mike Nolan's defense. Guys running all over Mike Nolan. Been doing it all year. Mike Nolan should be fired tonight. If Jerry Jones has any balls, okay, he would get in here right after this game, cut Mike Nolan his last check, call him an Uber, and ship his ass right out of town, okay? And McCarthy should be following him. Yeah, you, right there, Mr. Jones. We're talking to you. Get Mike Nolan's ass out of here, and you tell him we're replacing you with the Delaney certified correct playbook. Okay? All right? Swallow your pride. Okay? Okay, I called you a circus clown. You know, whoop-de-doo. Sticks and stones breaks my bones. But the bottom line is, you and Mr. Stephen Jones knows what I'm about. Okay? I can make sure that this team wins this division this year. And depending on what players come back off of injury, okay, we can win at least one playoff game and have a respectable year. Don't pull a trigger right now. Okay, you're gonna let, I guess it would be Philadelphia, another mediocre team. You're gonna let them build up enough steam because they keep looking at the Cowboys saying, "Hey, Cowboys aren't gonna do nothing. Let's build up some momentum and we'll go ahead and take the division. What the hell, you know?" Swallow your pride, Mr. Jones. Okay, you've been watching my show. I've been preaching. I've been showing you the play calling. You have my resume. Stephen Jones, you have my resume. Okay, get these circus clowns out of town. Get me down there, and I'll make sure this team goes to the playoffs, wins a playoff game, and that's with Andy Dalton, okay? Because I know how to utilize Andy Dalton. I know his strengths. I know his weaknesses, okay? When you're a football coach, I'll do the same thing that if Andy Dalton was up there with the Patriots, what the Patriots coach would do. The Patriots and Andy Dalton would be going to the playoffs this year. And that's the same thing this man right here on your left. Delaney will put Andy Dalton in the playoffs because Delaney has a football brain and he knows what the hell he's doing, okay? Stop reaching in these Cracker Jack boxes, Mr. Jones, pulling out these circus clown football coaches, dude. This is an embarrassment to your fans and supporters, and quite frankly, Mr. Jones, we're sick of this narrative, okay? I'm going to put on the screen what it's going to take to get me down there. Just about the last time I'm going to tell you how to get yourself out of this mediocrity. You get the Delaney certified correct playbook down there, and this is all it's going to cost you. It won't be this ridiculous check you said you would write for another Super Bowl. We're going to show you what it would cost you. Is supposed to be ran in the front office and how it's supposed to be coached. I can get you out of this, Mr. Jerry Jones. You've seen my video. $1.7 million guaranteed, which is a drop in a bucket for a billionaire football owner. Remember, you said you would write a ridiculous check for another Super Bowl, Mr. Jones, to the tune of about $100 million. Well, guess what? You get Delaney down there, $1.7 million guaranteed. Delaney will put you in the Super Bowl. You know it, and I know it. Remember, you cannot win a football game in the National Football League if your coach doesn't understand how to outcoach the other team's coach. You're gonna lose. As I always say, see you next time. And first things first, I also want to thank Sound FX. All of these affiliates have been named.
for any video coverage that you see on the Delaney Certified Correct Playbook. Joining in. See you next time.